Académie Chap, Éducation Plus, du cours de la 6e en terminale, en podcast.
Theme 7, Literature, Text, Letter from a Contract Worker. I wanted to write you a letter, my love, our letter to tell you, of this longing, to see you, and this fear, of losing you, of this thing which deeper than I want, I feel, a nameless pain which pursues me, a sorrow wrapped about my life. I wanted to write you a letter, my love, a letter of intimate secrets, our letter of memories of you, your lips as red as the tacular fruit, your hair black as the dark dilau fish, your eyes gentle as the mucan, your breasts firm as your ugmobak fruit, your light walk, your caresses, better than any I find down here. I wanted to write you a letter, my love, to bring back our days together in our secret haunts, nights lost in the long grass, to bring back the shadow of your legs, and the moonlight filtering through the endless palms, to bring back the madness of our passion, and the bitterness of separation. I wanted to write you a letter, my love, which you could not read without crying, which you would hide from your father, Bombo, and conceal from your mother Kaiser, which you would read without the indifference of forgetfulness, a letter which would make any other, in all Colombo worthless. I wanted to write you a letter, my love, a letter which the passing wind would take, a letter which the cashew and the coffee trees, the hyenas and the buffalo, the caimans and the river's fish, could hear, the plants and the animals, pitying our sharp sorrow, from song to song, lament to lament, breath to caught breath, would leave to you, pure and hot, the burning, the sorrowful words of the letter. I wanted to write to you, I wanted to write you a letter, but my love, I don't know why it is, why it is, my love, but you can't read, and oh the hopelessness, I can't write. Antonio Jacinto, Part 1. How to appreciate a poem. A. What is a poem? A poem is a piece of writing arranged in patterns, F-lines and sounds expressing some thought, feeling, or human experience in imaginative language. A poem is subjective and personal. A poem can have several meanings and is open to various interpretations. Like any work of art, a poem can give pleasure. The pleasure it offers the readers may come from one or all of these different sources. B. The music of the poem. Rhythm. Rhyme. Alliteration, repetition of the same consonant sound. Assonance, repetition of the same vowel sound. Onomatopoeia, a word imitating a sound so that the sound reflects the sense. Homophony, word or syllables having the same sound. E.g., C and C. C. The form of the poem. Pattern of the stanzas, strophes. Arrangement of the lives, verse, rhyming, scheme, image, etc. D. The meaning of the poem. Several levels of interpretation are usually possible. At surface level, the meaning of the poem is what the poet says, theme, subject. At other deeper levels, other meanings may reveal themselves to the reader by means of symbol, evocation, suggestion, implication, etc. E. The feelings the poem arouses. Part 2. Listening to the poem. 1. Discuss the irony in the poem. 2. Is the poem about A. Love, B. Illiteracy? 3. Is it a sad poem or a happy one? Part 3. Comprehension of the poem. Read the poem and answer these questions. 1. Why does the speaker use this 3 times in the first lines of the poem? 2. What would normally be the place of this in line 4 and line 6? 3. What images of the pains and sorrow are aroused in your mind by the description in the first stanza? 4. In the second stanza, we have a mental picture of the speaker's love. What images does he use? 5. In the fourth stanza, the speaker uses the words any other and, in the second stanza, and what do these expressions tell us about his feeling for his lover? 6. Explain the mixed metaphor in the fifth stanza. This is evidence of the use of poetic license in the poem. Does the speaker use it elsewhere? Part 4. Discussion. Does the last stanza come to you as a shock? How you do the language and images in it contrast with the rest of the poem. Is this effective? Part 5. Vocabulary. The breath, the act of breathing, often used metaphorically to represent life or living. Sorrowful, full of or feeling sorrow, sad, mournful. The shadow, a dark shape produced by a body coming between rays of light and a surface. In the poem, it's used metaphorically to recall memories. The moonlight, the light of the moon. In the poem, it's used to set the scene of their past encounters. Hopelessness, a feeling or state of despair, lack of hope. Longing, a strong desire or yearning. Wrapped, covered or enclosed. In the poem, it's used metaphorically to describe how sorrow is enveloping the speaker's life. Haunt, a place frequented by a specified person or group of people. In the poem, it refers to their secret meeting places. Madness, the state of being mentally ill, especially severely. In the poem, it's used to describe the intensity of their passion. Bitterness, sharpness of taste, lack of sweetness. In the poem, it's used to describe the pain of separation. To conceal, to keep from sight, hide. Forgetfulness, the state or quality of being forgetful, an act or instance of forgetting. Worthless, having no real value or use. Cashew, a tropical evergreen tree that produces the cashew seed and the cashew apple. It's used in the poem to set the scene. Sorrow, a feeling of deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others. Part 2. Listening to the poem. Answer. 1. The irony is that the speaker talks of writing a letter in great detail, but he is, in fact, unable to write and his lover can't read. Students give their reactions to this. 2. The poem is about love. Consider the number of lines devoted to expressing love and the number that refer to illiteracy. 3. On the positive side, the poem is an elaborate expression of the writer's love. However, it is full of negative points which outweigh the joy of love. On the negative side there is above all the bitterness of separation, stanza 3, last line. Other negative expressions include fear of losing you, a nameless pain and a sorrow wrapped about my life, stanza 1, phrases like memories of you, stanza 2, and bring back our days together, stanza 3, which hint at the possibility that these past joys are now over and done with, the indifference of forgetfulness, stanza 4, has he forgotten him? Pitying our sharp sorrow, lament to lament and the sorrowful words of the letter. Stanza 5, finally, of course, there is the frustration of thin inability to communicate by writing letters. Part 3. Comprehension of the poem. Answer. 1. People use this when they are together. It makes the poem sound like as if she is present with him. It makes his feeling, this longing, this fear, this thing, immediate, apparent, very real, and very urgent. It is as if she can see these feelings as he points them out. 2. Normally my would be used to replace this. 3. His fear of losing her is like a physical pain which he can't describe, can't name, nameless. It is like something which pursues him, perhaps an evil spirit, a dangerous animal, a human enemy. The sorrow is compared to the blanket, wrapped, or garment which affects every aspect of his life. 4. Aspect that he used image to describe her lips red as the tacular fruit, her hair black, her eyes gentle as, her breasts firm as. 5. Their sorrow is first sharp like a thorn or knife. Then it is pure, hot and burning. Both image cover the intensity of his feeling of sorrow. In the first stanza he also uses the number of images to describe his fear of losing her. 6. The use of any implies her caresses are best, stanza 2, and that his letter, stanza 4, would be the better. Part 4. Discussion. Answers. The last stanza has no image. In this, it is in contrast to the rest of the poem. It has the effect of making its message very direct, straight, forward and even hard-hitting. It seems quite effective. It is blunt and uncompromising like a boxer punch. And uncompromising like...
Sixième en terminale, podcast, académie, chat, éducation, plus des cours de la sixième en terminale, podcast.